have you received the news of this whole political situation where one country is waging war against the other, and considering that you played your football there as well, and you even experienced some bits of it during the years when you were playing at Dnipro?
Yes, you are right. I think when I was there, the same situation happened, and I was there with Derek Boateng, and when the fight started coming, we wanted to even come back home because we were there with me for instance. I was there with my family, my
Wow.
kids, and my wife as well. So I wanted to come back home. So I know what is happening at the moment is not something that is a joke. Maybe some people thought maybe it's a joke, but in my experience, it's not a joke at all. It's something that it put a lot of tension in the country itself, a lot of, because they are also one of the country that they love football so much. So when it happens like that, you never know what is happening. We cannot go for training. Everything is not the way like life supposed to be.
Wow. That must have been very tough for you at the time.
Yeah, that time, even our training ground, there was a lot of. I think we supposed to train. It was Friday because we have a game on Saturday, so we have to go and do maybe a shake-up before the game, and there was a explode bomb, and we
Wow.
couldn't do nothing. So
And you heard the explosion.
I
You heard
heard
the,
it. I heard
wow.
it. So they have.
What ran through your mind the first time when you heard that?
To be honest, for me, I didn't think that I would survive because when the thing was happening, the team manager of the team, they have one place that they have to put us there to make sure that everybody is okay, because my family was also watching TV about this situation, and they were calling me, are you safe, are you safe? I said yes, they have managed to put us in a place that we are going to be okay. But for me, I was still panicking because when I saw it, not somebody's telling me, I was feeling the explode and everything. So I thought that I would not survive. But I thank God that everything went well. That then it's because of that thing that I left the country as well.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. That was one of the main reasons why
One
you
of the
left
main
the
reason
Dnipro.
because I couldn't be in a country that tomorrow it will be tomorrow is fine, next day is going to be another issue. So I said, let me go to a place that will secure my family as well.
Wow. So it must be very disturbing for you, considering that you experienced a bit of that situation years ago, and now it has popped up again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not something that when you are there you take it lightly at all. It's something that when you are there you don't know what to do. You feel like the life is gone for you. So I'm just begging them that the leaders have to make sure that they will put certain things in order so that we'll have a peaceful world that we are in at the moment.
Now, we've been hearing of of the efforts by some Ghanaians who are there. There are some who are still playing there in lower leagues who would want to return to the country and all of that, and some are just like the journalist said. Some have to travel by road because the airspace is blocked and all of that. What will be your message to Ghanaians there generally?
For me, I understand the situation because when I was there, the same thing happened, and what I would just tell them that they have to follow the rules that they will give it to them, because I know sometimes they have to also go out and eat, go to restaurant, and even going to restaurant is not safe.
Even the grocery store, because
it's not safe. You understand? So, but I'm just saying that the little advice I can give it to them that they have to make sure that they are in a place that nothing will happen. But I know once you are in Ukraine, anything can happen. If they can come back home, why not? When I was there, this thing happened there. We came back. I think we came back home, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think we came back and we make sure that everything is okay. Then we went back again. So I will advise them that they have to be very careful and listen to the rules that they will give you to, because by all means they are going to give rules and regulations there. They have to just listen to them, and if they do something like that, I think they are going to be fine. But I feel for them.
You made some very good friends, during the period when you were there, in Ukraine. have you picked up any information from anybody so far? Tried to get in touch with anybody back there?
Yes, I have one of my best friend. I think he's the one even controlling my Facebook,
I see.
and his name is Rashad. And we talk back and front, and he's telling me that it's not easy there. So, and what I know the situation there
Because you've experienced
because
it.
I've experienced it. So I keep on telling him that everything will be fine. He shouldn't get panic. And so this is what I'm praying for him. Everything will be fine. But he's telling me the country itself, they are not taking it easy at all.
You tell me about the football culture there and the kind of reception you got when you got into Ukraine. I want people to understand, the kind of sporting nation that Ukraine is, away from the fact that they've made some very massive, achievements globally, from the Klitschko brothers through the likes of Andrei Shevchenko,
Cool.
who's now into coaching. They have a four-time gold medalist in swimming as well, and many others. And of course, we can talk about the tennis. Tennis Grand Slam and all of that. Yeah.
Yes, I think in terms of sports, in terms of football, I think they love the game very well. They are one of the country that I can say that they love the game. They take sports, football very serious. We have a team like Shakhtar Donetsk. You can see Champions League, the impact they bring on board, and they are the country that when this thing is happening, it's not easy at all. And one thing I would just say is that I know the situation there, and I know how they feel, especially the football players, the sports, the swimming, like you were saying, the boxers. I know how everything will go, but at the end of the day, this is something that is happening. We have to pray that nothing will happen to any of them, and the football can still continue.
All right, so let's quickly take a look at some of the sports bodies, that have reacted because of the Russia-Ukraine crisis. Now, Barcelona have cancelled their trip to St. Petersburg for their crucial February 25 Eurobasketball League game against, Zenit, and that was yesterday. Now, the International Chess Federation have cancelled the 2022 Olympiad slated for July, in Moscow. Now, the Haas Formula One team have removed their branding of the Russian title sponsor, Uralkali, and this is for the for the pre-tournament testing or pre-season testing, and this was for yesterday. Now, Formula One have also removed the Sochi Grand Prix from the 2022 season grid list. So the Sochi Grand Prix is not coming off, also known as the Russian Grand Prix. It's not coming off in Formula One this season. Now, also, Manchester United have ended their 10-year, £40 million partnership with Russian state airline Aeroflot. Okay? Away from that, in the UEFA Champions League, the Champions League final, which is supposed to take place on May 28th, has been moved from St. Petersburg to Paris. Now, Poland, Sweden, and Czech Republic have requested their 2022 World Cup qualifying matches scheduled for Russia to be played elsewhere. And then Schalke 04 have removed Gazprom, from their shirts, but the contract is not yet terminated. And of course, in this particular instance, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of legal arguments, about what should be and what should not be. But at the end of the day, Schalke surely are taking this decision, with human interest at the end of the day, and not considering just the commercial interest and the commercial relationship that they have with Gazprom, which is a big player, a big Russian player in the oil and gas industry globally. Okay, so Gary Al Smith has just joined on the phone line again. We're just going to do a very quick one. Follow us, after that conversation with our Ukrainian colleague. Gary, thank you very much for joining us on the Joy Sports Link again.
Thank you, Nathaniel.
Great. Now, can you update us on any other thing that has happened so far? I mean, after this, conversation that you had and the kinds of updates that you were given from the ground.
No, nothing much has happened since then. I mean, the big thing that everybody is asking is about the FIFA World Cup qualifier. So, okay, there is an update actually. This morning, Nathaniel, Poland actually boycotted altogether. You know, they had said that they wouldn't play Russia in Russia. That was what they said at first. Now they have said that because of the escalating thing, they can't sit by and watch, and they are taking a stance. They are drawing a line in the sand that they won't play the qualifier against Russia altogether. FIFA has not spoken, UEFA has not spoken, so we don't know whether this means that Russia gets automatic qualification or something like that.
And isn't it also interesting, considering the fact that, on the platform of the Olympic Games, Russia are still, struggling to get themselves back in there and get their status fully restored because of issues of doping as well. And then this one also comes up. Yes,
so as a lot of people have said, the global world is responsible for what has happened. And I'm talking about sport here. I don't want to go into the politics. I'm about sport. That all of us in the sports ecosystem, all of us sporting stakeholders have coddled Russia for so long. I mean, doping upon doping, dating back to the last 3-4 years. All they do is that they probably will ban the athletes, or at most they have banned the Russian Federation itself. But then they are still allowing their athletes to compete under an Olympic flag and so on and so forth. Russia had invaded Crimea in 2014, and yet the world stood by. Nobody said anything. When Russia was giving the World Cup, Russia was feted, and everything that has happened. They have done everything they want to do with sport, and now whether you take it away from them or not, as the Champions League has, and then a raft of activities that you have listed there, Nathaniel. Unfortunately, it won't do much to them because they needed those big events to give a certain image of themselves, to get in certain amounts in sponsorship, to, as they call it these days. I'm sure you might have heard the term, which was brought forward by Amnesty International about 3 or 4 years ago, called sports washing, which is the phenomenon of, it's basically like money laundering, but using sports and sport activities. Okay, so it is said that clubs like Manchester City are engaged in what they call sports washing. They are using the image of sports and winning, pumping so much money into it to present a facade that they are good people, they are upholding good corporate practices, while, as has been said of Qatar 2022, there are human rights abuses at home and so on and so forth. The same thing can be said of Russia. I mean, who does not know that there literally is state-sponsored doping? These are not opinions. These are facts that have come from tons of investigation, from the World Anti-Doping Agency, from the Olympic Committee, and so on and so forth. But hey, here we are. Whether FIFA will have the balls and the guts to take Russia out of World Cup qualifiers, it seems unlikely. But well, if they do it, it might send a statement. And even those who believe that they can do it know, Nathaniel, that it may be too little, too late.
Gary, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you.
Sure.
Gary L. Smith, there. Okay, so very, very interesting thoughts that Gary brings in. And, it's interesting that, Russia has also presented a very big platform for sport. It has an ecosystem from which various people are benefiting, people from this side of the world. We've had Ghanaian players go and play in their league, the likes of Lai Kingston and all, playing, for Tarek Grozny in the Russian Premier League and all of that. So this is obviously a very big challenge for the whole world. And like has been said, we're waiting to hear from FIFA, because FIFA sure does have a lot to say. Gazprom is a major sponsor for, the FIFA World Cup and all its other, other like age-specific competitions in the sport. Well, so let's see how all of it goes. We'll continue to pray for all of our friends who are there, all Ghanaians who find themselves in this rather tough situation. But finally, on the subject of Ukraine, your family, you were able to move your family there to Ukraine. That should mean something about the the general atmosphere there and all of that?
To be honest, the life there is very good. You know, I was in Dnipro, and we have Kiev, that's the capital.
Kiev, of course.
And the life itself in Ukraine is very good when there's no any fighting, there's no any politics issue or something like that. The life there is very good, and so I send my family there, and normally every place I go, I manage to take my family there, because sometimes it's not every place, but I manage to do that, because you know, when they are there, they will give you joy, especially when you go and the game didn't go well, maybe you played very bad. The family always, you know, cheer you up and something like that. So I think for me, Ukraine itself is one of the lovely country, you know. So I'm just pleading with them, the leaders, that they have to do everything to solve this situation, so that, because football itself is a sport that bring happiness, you know. So I'm sure that when all these things happen, look, they will lose a lot of companies who will draw on a lot of contract and stuff from Russia. Companies are going back, you know, and Russia itself is one of the countries that they have built their image very well. So look at what is happening now. I'm talking in terms of football. Yeah. So I think that I will also beg them that they have to do things right, that things will be okay at the end of the day. I'm also praying for them that we are not going to hear any bad news again, so that everything will be fine.
Legendary boxer Vitalik Klitschko, who for a very long time held the WBC heavyweight title, tweeted and said, and I quote, "The world is watching how reckless and deadly imperialism is, not just for Ukraine, but the whole world. Let history be a lesson to not be repeated." Okay, so this is a quote assigned to Vitalik Klitschko, who has said that he will stay in his country and fight with his people, and he will be there for his people. And he's been saluted greatly across social media for taking this stance and being very public about it. I mean, he did a message together with his brother Vladimir, who at a certain point also was a unified champion in the heavyweight division, having the IBF, WBA, and WBO, as well as Ring Magazine titles in world boxing. Many others have reacted to this. Lewis Hamilton of Formula One also, reacted to this particular situation. Has also, spoken about the situation and given and offered solidarity to the people of Ukraine. You're still here on the Joy Sports Link on Joy99.7 FM. Your messages are very welcome. Remember, it's 055-11-11997, 055-11-11997. Samuel, you've played a good amount of football, and you're still very active. Your stint with Torpedo Kutaisi ran out, and now you're looking forward to settling here at home in Ghana and playing in the Ghana Premier League.
Yes, like is it 2 days ago we had a conversation about
sure.
I would love to be honest. I would love to play Ghanaian league, because this is the place I started. This is the place that I was born. I'm a Ghanaian, and if I went outside there, learn stuff and bring it back home, I think it's not bad at all. It's because we have a lot of young players that they have to also know, especially those who want to travel there. They have to know that going there is not as easy as we maybe watch on TV, that maybe this team is playing or something like that. There's a lot of things that outside football that you have to know. So if I said I want to come back and help, I'll bring all things that I've experienced there for the young ones as well.
Conversations have gone on in the background with some clubs, right?
Yes.
How much enthusiasm have these clubs shown in getting your signature?
I think like I said to you before, it's not my motive is like playing in Ghana League, and also I have also offers outside there again.
I see.
You understand? So this morning I was talking to my agent again about the whole situation, and at the end of the day, I will make the final decision today.
Wow.
God willing.
Later today.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be looking forward to that final decision.
Yeah.
But between Europe and the Ghana Premier League, where is your preference? We need to know that as well.
Initially, I told you that I want to come back home to
Okay.
play, and I said that also that everybody work to be paid at the end of the day. So if a team outside there is bringing money that is going to take off my family, why not? I cannot turn it down.
So that will be the only basis on which you may have to forget about the Ghana Premier League idea for now?
To go back there, I think. Because for me, like I said before, it's not all about money, but also we have family that we are taking care of them as well. So if we talk on my personal terms to one of the clubs in Ghana, and at the end of the day we couldn't find solution, I cannot sit down because I have family that I have to go and take care of them. So I will go back there to go and work and take care of my lovely family.
Great. Now, you played your football in Georgia. The last stint was in Georgia. Tell us about Georgia. I mean, you've played in Ukraine, you've played in the US, and you find yourself here as well. You've played in Turkey as well. Now, tell me about the football culture in Georgia.
Georgia is a country that I would just say that similar like Ghanaians.
I see.
They also love football, and it's pity that it's like 31 years old, they couldn't qualify for. They are looking forward to even play for Euro.
Okay.
And they don't have that opportunity to be there. And but in terms of football, there, to be honest, it's very great. They have good facilities, good stadiums to play football, and this is what every player dream. And if you understand the last conversation that we had, I was also saying that if we can manage to get good stadiums in our country, we are calling ourselves like football nation. I think a lot of players will come to Ghana to play because the name Ghana itself is huge in terms of football outside there. When you tell them that you are from Ghana, everybody respects you because they know Ghana have good players, good talent as well. So if we can manage to get good stadiums in our league, good company, good sponsorship to come on board, Ghana League will be one of the best.
We'll be talking about the subject of the Ghana Premier League because, like I mentioned earlier in my introduction, Pitso Mosimane, who won the last edition of the CAF Champions League with Al Ahly, has been speaking, and he clearly has been monitoring, Ghana and our football exploits over the years, and he has thoughts on, especially Accra Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who are the brightest spots in terms of tradition, achievements, and weight, and he wants to see them do a lot more. And of course, everybody who is in football will agree with them because we do know that when Hearts and Kotoko are in good form and they're performing, it brings us all sorts of or different skills of value when it comes to football development. Now, we're entering the month of March. We're going to visit the subject of the clubs here in Ghana and the pace of our development in football. But we're entering the month of March, and in 3 weeks' time, it sure is going to be a lot of work, a lot of nerves, a lot of prayers, a lot of how would I call it? A lot of tension as well, because Ghana will play her first leg of the 2022 FIFA World Cup playoffs with Nigeria, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. First of all, do you still want to wear the national shirt again? I mean, you've played at the FIFA World Cup, you've appeared twice, you've played at the under 20 level as well. There are those who, after doing what you've done, would say, well, listen, I've done my part, so let's give others the opportunity. What's the mindset now for you when it comes to the Black Stars and serving again?
The mindset now is that at the moment I don't have any club at the moment.
Okay.
And next month we are playing qualifiers to Qatar. If I say that I want to play now, then I'm deceiving my own self. You understand? They call based on your performance outside there, your club and this. So I cannot say that I want to play, and they have to bring me to the team, you know. But for me, I would love the team to be at Qatar. So the best thing I would do, once that now next Monday are playing, I have to also show the support. I have to pray for the team, whoever wear the jersey to go and play. We all have to pray for them, you know. And let me say a little bit about what this coach from South Africa said about Kotoko and Haas. He's right. I think I said this 2 days ago. I said that Kotoko and Haas, I'm not saying that, you know, sometimes when you say something, maybe somebody will take it different way.
Sure.
But they said the truth is bitter.
Yeah.
There's certain things that we are happy with. In my opinion, for me, it doesn't push me. If you are talking about Kotoko and Haas, is one of the big teams that we know in Africa. I said it earlier on. We will take the league, give the fans expectation to go high. We go to the CAF Champions League, and we don't know what to do. They are there. They have some of LA, Kaizer Chiefs,
TP Mazembe, Mamelodi Sundowns.
A lot of clubs have played for themselves almost 2 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. You understand what I mean? And you just take a cup in Ghana, for instance. Maybe Kotoko will win the cup, Hasofoko will win the cup, and they will go back there, go and take 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. The impact there is not strong. And when you say certain things to them, they think that, oh, he's just talking. No. We have to, when we go there, we have to show them something. We have to prove to them that yes, Ghanaian league is strong. If you go there, you take 6-0, 4-0, 5-0, the league is not strong here. So the little advice I will give you today, that's why I was saying that some of them have to sacrifice and bring some of the experienced players on board. I know it's all about money. It's all about money. But if you want to succeed in your product, let me take it for instance. If you want to sell something that everybody have to come and buy, you have to do more advertising for that thing to be everybody to be understand. Like iPhone, for instance, they put more advertising. iPhone 13 will come, you go and buy. 14 will come, you go. Why is it that you are going to buy? Because there's something unique there that you want to buy. So bring certain players on board. Companies will come and sponsor, give you that kind of money so that you can use it to run the club. This is my little advice I can give both of them. Because Hasofo, Kotoko, for us, this is what we have. Ghanaians, this is what I know. I'm not saying that other teams are not good, but when we are talking about both teams, they have big history, and if all of us will push them, we can get something better when they go to African Cup. All
right, so we are going to play you that soundbite of Coach Pitso Mosimane. He had a conversation with Joy Sports Oreku Ampofo earlier this week, and he had these to say.
The Porcupine Warriors, where are they, guys? They used to everybody. Where's Phobia? Where are those teams, guys? You know the derby of the Phobias and the Porcupine Warriors. You know the derby. The streets are closed. Where are those teams in the Champions League, guys? I mean, really? Are we serious? Where's the top talent? I would love to come to Ghana to watch that derby, but next time, inshallah, next time I'll get opportunity to watch the derby because I know what that derby means. I saw the legend is back playing for Hearts of Oak, eh? Yeah. I mean, guys, what a midfielder! What a midfielder, guys! What a midfielder! I mean, a pleasure to watch Montari play, guys.
All right, so clearly Pitso Mosimane has been watching from a distance, and clearly he has just hit it right there, right on there. So it just behoves on us to keep the work going. So you send in your messages. Remember, it's 055 997 055 997. All right. So for you, going back into the Black Stars now is not a thing you're considering because of the reality of the situation. Yeah, but obviously, if you get playing again and you get the opportunity, you'd want to come back.
Like I said, every coach have his own philosophy, how he takes his players that he think that he can work with them, and a national team, you cannot force anybody to call you based on what you are doing. If the coach think that, okay, how you are playing, this is what I want, he will call you. So if I have a club now, I start playing now, and the coach said, Sam will come and help the team, I'm Ghanaian. I will never turn back to my country. Never. It will never happen.
Let's also dwell on the technical team that has been put together for this major assignment. You have had the opportunity of working with Otoado before, and you've seen the list, obviously. Chris Houghton playing a technical advisory role, and then the pair of George Boateng and Masudi Dramani assisting Otoado.
I think now the players that they have played before, I think, if I'm not wrong, they are taking in charge now. They are doing something now. If recently the Cup of Nations, Cisse won it, and I think Cisse have been there for so many years. Maybe people are forgetting that
Aliou Cisse. Yeah,
they have been bashing him back and front, but at the end of the day,
so close to 8 years.
Yes, but at the end of the day, the country believe in him that he has something to offer. You understand what I mean? So Otoado have played before. He understand game, and also, don't get me wrong, it's not every player who have played football can be a great coach. Only few of them that they can also do very well. So he understand the game very well. He have played the game for Ghana national. He has worn the shirt before, and he know what Ghanaians are expecting from him, particularly this game. I've been with Didier Dramani for a long time in Winneba because I started my career when I was in Windy Professionals, and I know him. He's a man of he doesn't joke in certain things. I've managed to also meet George as well. He's a great person. He understands the game very well. So such people that they have bring them on board. I think everybody understand the game. But what Ghanaians need at the moment to qualify. So I think that they also understand that Ghana want to qualify. So I will not be in this position to advise them. I think they know what Ghanaians are expecting from them. And we are supposed to pray for the team, whoever who play. At the end of the day, we have to support them, and we can go to Qatar.
Well, let's see if Ghana is able to overcome this very big hurdle to go into Qatar. Well, like I mentioned earlier, your messages are very welcome. It's 055 997. I'm here having this conversation with Ghana international Samuel Inkum, and he is also an under-20 FIFA World Cup winner with Ghana. All right, so the World Cup, we're hoping to get there, and it's in 3 weeks' time. So let's see how all of that goes. Your issues with a contract will be sorted out this afternoon, and we shall be monitoring and bringing it to everybody else. Now, back to the issue about our clubs and the kinds of structures that we have and the kind of support systems that we have. Now, we're just talking about the last example of Georgia, where you played your football, and I'd want you to give us a good idea of what you saw on the ground in terms of the investments that have been made to make football work in Georgia.
One thing I would love to say is that even when I was in Turkey, the country itself, the president of the country in Georgia, the president of the country gives them money, all the teams. And some of the teams also go for some of them go for sponsorship, because maybe the money that maybe the president of the country will give, maybe it will not be enough for the team. So the team itself also go to sponsorship deal with some companies to bring money, also to pay some salary as well, build stadiums, training pitches as well, things that it will make the team look more professional and attractive. So I think that and I believe that every president in various country will be happy when the country is doing well in terms of football. So I believe that we have to also do everything to go back to our president, talk to our president. There's everything that we need. I know there's a lot of things that are going on, that's what I'm saying, but this is the thing that we keep on promising, we keep on saying it, and nothing is happening. But I think when we focus on that side alone, we get a lot of stadiums, a lot of training pitches, government supporting the league itself. I think everybody will be happy at the end of the day. Turkey, they are doing it. The country support the football, give the clubs money to pay salaries. So Georgia, for instance, the same thing is happening there. And at the same time, clubs are also chasing for sponsorship like Adidas, Nike, and other companies to come on board. So I think if we are doing certain, and don't forget, before we go for that one, the country, we have to convince the government. We have to convince them that, okay, when you give us certain money, this is what we will bring on board, so that they will also come full and come and support. This is happening there. If you watch Turkish league, Apia playing Fenerbahce, and he know. I think Asamoah played there, Adebayo played there, Samuel Eto'o played there. This is what they do. They bring unique.
Rigobert Song also played.
They
for
they bring
Galatasaray.
unique players that the attention will be in the country. You understand? So, when Apia was playing Fenerbahce, Apia have chance to meet the president of the country, and up to now, Apia can talk to the president of the country. They love him so much in Turkey. So we bring in certain players on board. We have a lot to do. You cannot bring a player from outside to come and play if not Accra Sports Stadium or Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium or Cape Coast Stadium or Takoradi Stadium that now they said even things are not going well. Where else? So this is something that we have to also look at. So let's convince the government to come on board. I know government cannot come in football in terms of FA, you understand? But this is the country that is Ghana Football Association. It's not a football association. You understand what I mean? So we have to do things that at the end of the day, government will come for, convince the government, get a lot of this money to support the league. This is my opinion.
Very well. Now, just last week we had the Super Clash, the outstanding fixture from match day 7. Tell me about the look and feel for you, especially considering that you've been at home and you've been monitoring what's been going on, media coverage wise, talkability around that game, and generally how the game itself turned out for you in terms of entertainment quality and football quality. Hearts versus Kotoko Part 1, the Super Clash.
Hearts versus Kotoko is game that create a lot of attention in this country. Even those who they are not fan of football, when they hear that Hearts and Kotoko are playing, everybody make sure that he will go and watch the game, or he will hear something from Hearts and Kotoko. It's kind of games that for me, in my opinion, this is the game that even if they are going to play every day, I will be happy, because it set the pace of the football. The expectation is high, and
but Hearts and Kotoko don't like to play each other that often, especially when it's not a league match.
I know,
and it's mandatory.
I know nobody want to lose against Kotoko. Hasselfolk doesn't want to lose against Kotoko. Kotoko doesn't want to lose against Hasselfolk. So it's a game that the fans' expectation is It's not easy like we the players. You understand? Because I believe that when you beat Kotoko now, or Hasselhoff beat, or Kotoko beat Hasselhoff now, it's going to be something that this joke and this will happen. But for me, it's part of the game. I'm just talking about the players' confidence, the high level, because set games will give them more. It will motivate them when they go to Africa. They will see that, oh, if I'm going to play against El Ali, it's going to be the same atmosphere, the same tension, the same how they scream on the. They have to experience this. I know also that it's not also for the management of Accra Hasselhoff, the management of Asante Kotoko to be okay to play set games. And we are all talking about preparing towards the game. It's all about money.
You played for Kumasi Asante Kotoko at a point in your career. Would you remember any of the Super Clash games that you were involved in, and how the build-up went, especially from the point of view of the playing body?
I think if I'm not wrong, if you are playing against House of Folk, you can't sleep.
I see.
You can't sleep. There's a lot of meetings will go on. The president will come and talk. The old players will come and give you advice. The supporters will come. So you, the players, you cannot sleep. You feel that there's something. You normally play certain games, but when it comes about House of Folk, we the players have a lot of meetings because we want to win the game. You understand? So it's not a game that it's like you are playing. Let me use example. You are going to play against, let's say, Accra Heart of Lions. You understand? House of Folk and Kotoko, every time I keep on saying, it's a game that you will see. They just played and now they are coming to play again. You will see how the atmosphere will start again. So it's not a game that if you are a player you can sleep. No, you can't sleep.
Well, let's do some messages, shall we? Let's get on our WhatsApp platform. It's 055 1111997. 055 1111997. Sam Banaman in the US has sent this one. He says, we all sympathize with the people of Ukraine. The situation at hand is rather sad. I believe that the world governing body of sports are going to put more pressure on Russia to stop this invasion and future ones as well. Great insight from Mr. Inkum, your guest. All right, thank you very much, Sam Bannerman from the US. Let's take this other one. It's always refreshing to hear Samuel Inkum, but my question to him is that, is there voodoo practices in team camps, especially the Black Stars? Again, does he believe in juju? This is from Prempe in Legon. It's interesting that this subject is coming up for a second time in 1 week. Remember that last week we had an ex-Ghana international in the studio. He spoke about, he gave us his thoughts on the subject, and this happens to be coming up again. Juju football, juju practice in the camp. Previously when Goran Stevanovic came and coached the Black Stars, and when he was leaving, he wrote that in his notes. He wrote it in his handover notes that that there was the players were using voodoo against each other.
In my opinion, I think everybody believes what he believes. You understand what I mean? I remember when I was in Basel, every time I would take my Bible to read, one of our players also have something that he kiss every time before going to the game. So
it like an object?
Yes,
something?
It's like I don't know how to. It's like a toy.
Okay, and he kisses it every time.
Every time.
Did you ever ask him why he did that?
I asked him one time, and he said that this is what the thing was given by a grandmother or something.
His grandmother.
Like
Okay.
Yeah, so anytime he's going to the pitch, you have to kiss the team before you enter. He enter the pitch.
And what was it meant for? For protection, for performance?
I don't know.
He never told you that.
I don't know.
I see.
I was trying to find out, but I don't. This is something that he believes that when he kiss it, maybe the team will win or he will score. That is his own belief. And if you are a Christian, you also know that before you go to everywhere, it's not. Let's put football aside. Going anywhere, you have to pray before you go out. So there's kind of beliefs everywhere, And when you talk about the voodoo aspect is something that some of them also believe in it. That okay, when I use this one, I think this is where I can get my glory. But me, I'm a Christian, so I will not say that I believe in that one. You understand what I mean? So this is what I can say about it.
Now, this one is from Joseph in Tema. It says, "Good afternoon, Nat, and thank God for strengthening you." I think thank you very much for that. I think I agree with your guest, and he's speaking the truth that we need to hear. Okay, thank you very much, Joseph, also known as Ajingo. Remember, it's 055 1111 997. 055 1111 997 here on Joy 99.7 FM. Okay, let me do a few more messages before we continue with the conversations here in the studio. Now, Nat, we need corporate Ghana to do the same like elsewhere. T-Mobile Arena, SunTrust Stadium, Staples Arena, Mercedes Stadium, Philips Arena, Xfinity Arena, Capital One Arena, AT&T, and the AT&T, just one of them in the USA. Where is MTN Momo Arena, Vodafone Theater, or Toyota Stadium? This is from Yalfosu in Atlanta, USA. Okay, so this one will go to our good friend, Mr. Selo Madadevo. You need to start making, we need to start making a business case. Greetings to all of our friends at MTN Ghana, Mr. Selo Madadevo and the rest of the team. Mr. Noel Ganson, the Chief Marketing Officer. I've thought about this actually, why we don't have our big brands put up, massive infrastructure such as that in different places in the country. So, Mr. Selo Madadevo and the rest of the team, this one is coming from one of our listeners. We need to start considering that as fast as possible. We need to start writing those mails to South Africa for approval to have the MTN Momo Arena. It won't be bad, would it? It won't be bad at all.
Yes.
FNB in South Africa, yeah, but in Ghana, we need to have, the MTN Momo Arena. All right, so you just heard the voice of Mr. Kujo Fianu, who is the president of the Ghana League Clubs Association. When it comes to credentials, he is one of the most committed and longest serving CEOs, club CEOs in the country. We all do remember his story with Ashanti Gold, where he won the ultimate, which was the league title, after several years of being in charge of that club. Now, he's got thoughts this afternoon as well, and we're going to be looking ahead to the President's Cup, which we've started talking about already. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
It's a pleasure being in the studio with Sammy. A long time no see.
He's my daddy.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know how to describe me. I cannot use a word to describe him. He's one of the man that he has been. When you talk about football in Ghana, he has been in I don't know how to use it, but
sure.
I'm happy to see him today.
Sure. So we're looking forward to that. Let me do one more or a few more. Sir Prempe in Legon says, my question again for him is that, is it true that if you don't pay, you don't play Black Stars? Okay, so this question is coming from Sir Prempe. Sir Prempe is asking this question. I mean, it comes up all the time.
Me or Daddy?
He's asking you.
Me?
Yes.
Like I said earlier on, Black Stars is, for me, in my opinion, everybody have his own opinion when it comes about Black Stars. Everybody say a lot of things that maybe it's not from my point. You understand? Because I remember when I'm joining Black Stars, no coach called me bring money before. I think it's based on what you can show to everybody. Some of the players, their league are not on the English Premier League. Everybody can watch. You understand? But some players outside, they are playing very good. You understand what I mean? And I think that we also have to look at other leagues as well. It's not going. It shouldn't be a league that everybody in Ghana watch. You understand? That is why when they bring certain player, they will say, "Oh, this guy is paying this money." But if we can watch outside that not everybody watching on TV in Ghana, I think it's going to be good. But if something like this is happening, I don't know anything about it, to be honest.
Well, Andrew in Tema says, Nathaniel, please put your team together and go and negotiate with Vladimir Putin to calm down. Okay, thank you for your message, Andrew in Tema. Mr. Fianu, we've been talking about, this call, this big call that Coach Pitso Mosimani made to Ghana, that we need to start looking at our image, the clubs that we have here, our big clubs. They need to start showing something massive, on the continent when they come there, because he doesn't see it anymore, and he knows the true value of these two Ghanaian clubs and the true value of Ghanaian football when it comes to the continental relevance.
I think he made the right point, and as Ghanaians, we need to give it a serious thought. I remember when Cameroon and co were making, Roger Miller and co were making the names in the World Cup. When they said, wait until you see Ghana. Wait until Ghana qualifies for the World Cup, and then you see the African brand of football. And eventually, when Ghana made it to the World Cup in 2006, and then carried Africa into South Africa, we could see the African brand, that unique brand of football. And you cannot do it without a house of folks, without the Kumasi Asante Kotokos. I've been a welfare officer of the Black Stars. I could see the Dankways, Mankwa Miriku, General Kufuor, and the rest. Players were coming from outside to compete with them for positions. I could see Ajimandria, Azigboache, and the rest from Ashanti Gold. You could see TV3. And those good players, Gordon Bloody and the co, players will have to come out and compete with them. I remember that day on a Sunday when Ghana was to play Nigeria at Accra Sports Stadium. The late Cecil Jones, I took a few. He had a bad time with our professionals against Liberia and decided to use the place of Accra Suffolk. I remember that day, that Sunday, I was a welfare officer. When the national anthem was being played, the whole stadium was singing Arose, Arose, Arose.
Wow.
So, I was listening to Sammy, and he's made some serious and valid points. We call football the passion of the nation. Lip service. Beyond that, I don't understand why we should buy a business class ticket for a player to fly from wherever to come and warm the bench. Players should compete for positions, and I think that it is so embarrassing that a class of folk that took on the world with the 64 battalion could go to Tunisia and hit Esperance at their own backyard. A lot of effort went into that. Eventually, they annexed the
Champions League trophy and the Super Cup as well.
And the Super Cup as well. So, they are the big guys. Let's help. When they move up, they carry the rest along with them. Once a while, you see some Brekum Chelsea. Once a while, you see Adriana. Once a while, you see Ashanti Gold. But it is Kotoko and Accra Suffolk. Kotoko in the late 70s into the late 80s, Kumasi Asante Kotoko of Ghana. Kumasi Asante Kotoko of Ghana. They could go to Zaire, Dreaded Zaire, beat Englebert to it, beat Elagli in Kumasi to win the Champions League, or the African Cup, as we call it those days. Okay? When you want to go into memory lane, the stars that we produced, apart from Tony Yeboah, Abedi, and the rest, Kotoko, and Sami sitting here, a product of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. It's so embarrassing that these days, our champion clubs struggle to even make it to the money zone. Being whipped left, right, center. Meanwhile, you could see the shadows of Elagli, the shadows of Zamalek in the Egyptian team that made it to the finals. Where are our players? It is because, as he said, let's invest. Let's invest. Let's ask ourselves, during this COVID, a lot of freebies were given to industries here and there. What was given to football? Meanwhile, we call it the passion of the nation. So until we build or we construct the edifice from the foundation, we will be wondering about. So I think that for somebody from South Africa to say that they are missing Kotoko and Haas, it's a call to all of us. A call to all of us. Look, let's look back. Let's build these brands. One of them won the Club of the Century. It didn't come as a fluke. So there is a need for us to. It should not be lip service. Passion of the nation. What is our contribution to the passion of the nation? I remember when we hosted and we in 78. The whole country was painted red, yellow, green. I came to Accra when Ghana played Nigeria, and I was driving back to Obuasi. A stretch from Asukwa Junction to Obuasi, that should take me less than 1 hour. I spent 4 hours because the whole town, the whole stretch from that end to Obuasi, came out jubilating after Ghana beat Nigeria. So we've made some mistakes in the past. Yes, let's correct them. Brazil 2014 became our banana peel. But 2014, 2022, 8 years. Let's break the ice. And so it is a clarion call from the renowned coach to Ghanaians, to the both managements of Asante Kotoko and Accra Suffolk. I was there when I saw how the 64 battalion was built with the Jacob Nettes, the Wonas, and then they promoted Ishmaelado, the dreaded Ishmaelado, from the Aroras. Gradually, 6 years, Suffolk could decide not to go to the U. Losing 3 points, 3 points from the accumulated points, but still win the league. Still won the league.
Sure.
Let's build. If they are endowed financially, why should Kotoko, in the middle of the league, sell their top striker for $300,000? Because they needed the money to keep body and soul together. So it's a clarion call to all of us. Let's build. As soon as you build as big brands, the smaller ones, the medium ones, the smaller ones will also follow. So I think it's a call, and as Galka chairman, I also feel bad when I hear that we have to wait for a coach from South Africa who is making inroads in Egypt to tell us that they are missing Accra Suffolk in Kumasi and on the African continent.
So these two clubs are involved in the President's Cup, which comes up next weekend, and Galka is at the heart of all of this, putting this event together. Over the years, Galka has been organizing this, in different ways, help to to have one major competition, cup competition, and also to honor the sitting president. Right now, obviously, there is a lot of excitement around this game, considering the fact that the outstanding league game that was played at the weekend, did not produce any goals.
Yeah, that is a fillip to what we'll be doing on Friday. This President's Cup has been on the board for some time now. We've been playing, but COVID took it off from 2019. In 2019, actually, we wanted to play this same Accra Suffolk to climax the independence anniversary that was celebrated in Kumasi. Everything was done when Kotoko and House of Folk had that invitation to play the Classical in London. So it was shelved, and the COVID came in. We are lucky enough that the presidency and Galka have agreed to use the President's Cup to roll off activities marking the 65th anniversary of Ghana's independence. So if we want to present something worthwhile to the president, we can only present our El Clasico to him.
Yeah, because
and also draw his mind to the fact that yes, in as much as we want to build a Black Stars, we need to empower the local league. I kept asking a budget of 25 million for the Black Stars AFCON World Cup. I can imagine what $5 million could do for the league. We want to have a chat with our old man as we watch the game. We will chat. It's like you want to woo a beautiful lady. You invite her to the pub. You sit around. So the old man will be there on Friday. I will have the opportunity to sit now I will plead with him. As we watch the game, we chat. Old man, there's a need for you to throw the searchlight on the local game. And it's so amazing. When you meet the politicians, they always refer to the Babayaras, the Mfums, the Agrifins, the Abidipeles, the Tony Yawas. These were not players who came from heaven. They were Ghanaian players. And we believe that we can produce a lot more. So, Friday, and the exciting thing is that there was this Okujetu report that said Has and Kotoko should not play in the evenings. A lot of water has passed under the bridge. We think that we should break that ice.
But also, forgive me, I don't have too much of my pocket law available, but we have to go through certain processes to ensure that is done. Has that been done from your end?
That has been done.
Okay.
That has been done. So we think that, El Clasico, Real Madrid, Barcelona is not played in the afternoon. That of most of these derbies, most of Friday, we are launching the independence anniversary of Ghana. The main event will be in
Cape Coast,
but we're setting the Philip for it. So there'll be a lot of excitement. As you said, coming to your question, the Gans will say, "Wabi Yomoe."
Yeah.
The accounts will say, "Yanko Bisabrewa." There was a lot of excitement and argument about the matter of that outstanding league match.
Sure.
At the end of it, the coaches felt they had the game under their wraps, but they couldn't. They were throwing salvos here and there. So Friday will be an opportune time for the two of them to prove who is who, so far as the first round of the league is concerned, and while they prepare to meet again in this second round of the league. So some of the outstanding questions which were not answered last time will definitely be answered. As for this one, a winner will be produced at all costs. A trophy will be presented at all costs. And when you look at the tape, I think Kotoko has won the President Cup two times more than House of Folk. I'm sure House will want to close the gap, or Kotoko trying to widen the gap. And then there is this excitement. It just came down bomb. The issue of the bus. Kotoko claiming they brought in a bus that could fly when
need be.
So that is also adding another excitement. So if you bring a bus that can fly, and at the end of the day, you leave the trophy behind. So there will be a lot of excitement. The most satisfying thing is the old man finding time
to be there
himself.
Mr. Vianu, let's get into this one. You know, some of the other clubs have raised issue about, you know, the format, so that, I mean, and you've explained already that once it's the President's Cup and it's a big commemorative day, you need the two biggest clubs, which makes a lot of sense, a lot of business sense, a lot of football sense. But also there are some clubs who would wish for the opportunity to play in this. Is it something that's being considered on the part of Gal?
Why not? A lot. We're looking at rebranding the President's Cup. We are not being over ambitious. We think that if we pull the right strings, some of these things could be done.
Sure.
If it cannot be done on annual basis, you could have a big one during the tenure of each sitting president. Let's assume you're not a politician, so I don't know whether you are aspiring to become the president of Ghana. And I know you are a strong Phobian locally. And I know you are a Man U,
Chelsea rather.
A Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yes. We plan during the 4 years that, okay, we want the president to have his foreign club playing against his local club.
Great.
Even if Chelsea will not bring the core 11, there are some players that we could have. So, for instance, 2025, when the sitting president, the current president is exiting office, we know he's a diehard Hotspurs supporter and a Kotoko supporter that we can arrange to bring them here. So we have a lot of plans. The last time, 2016, when we played the President Cup, we introduced the annual derbies. We had a BA Bofakwa, we had Dwarfs, Vipers, we had those derbies. We play locally and climax it with the match in Accra. Definitely the format will change. We're thinking of having a President's Cup. That we even start maybe from Division 1 or Division 2. We play. We can ask Hassan Kotoko to stand by. Maybe come in at the quarter-final stage or the semi-final stage so that everybody will have a bite. If the football industry wants to honor the president, I believe that yes, we should throw the net wider. But meeting on a Monday evening and planning to play a President's Cup to commemorate the 65th anniversary of Ghana, I think that we needed to just take something off the shelf. So they should bear with us. We'll try and change the face of the President's Cup as we move along.
We'll be doing some messages as we go along. 055 11 11 997 055 11 11 997. Just get on to our platform, our WhatsApp platform. Let's get to hear some of your messages in there. Okay, now this one is from Guy Fox in Tema. He says, Joy Sports. Nathaniel, good afternoon and good work from you. Kindly tell Mr. Fiano that he shouldn't worry. When we pass the E-Levy, we'll be able to give the money to the league football in this country and also build an E-Levy arena befitting of modern football. Okay, Guy Fox, thank you very much for that message. Now, this other one is from Sir Prempe again. He says, couldn't Galka have scheduled the match between Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko on the day of independence to catch the eyes of Ghanaians? Well, it's an independence weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, we have tried it, as I said, in Kumasi. But here you have the man the president, who have to grace the game, spending the whole day at the Independence Parade. Originally, we used to play the President's Cup on July 1st, Republic Day. Unfortunately, Republic Day is no more a holiday. We are still playing around, but presidents are inaugurated on the, I think, 7th or 5th of January.
7th January.
7th January. It's been declared a holiday. So we'll try that one also. But you cannot play a President Cup without the support from the presidency and the ministry. So at times in fixing the dates, you need to bring all these important constituent bodies around to make sure that you fix a date. So this one is being played to usher in the celebrations. So we play on the 4th. Then the presidency and the armed forces and the allies body, the schools, will move to Cape Coast to have it. Then Monday will be a holiday. We can all rest. So we'll be working on the dates as we move along.
Let's do some more messages here. 055 11 11 997 055 11 11 997. Now, Samalinkum was talking about clubs and pushing for good infrastructure and all of that. I know that at the level of the clubs, some of you practically squeeze water out of stone to get by. At this stage of our development, what really is the focus for the generality of some of our clubs? Let's keep it at the Ghana Premier League level.
Yes,
we've seen, for instance, the implementation of stages of the club licensing regime, which has helped a great deal. Where now clubs have certain standards. With coaching, you need to have a CAF license 8 before you can be on the touchline, which I feel is a very good one that has been done. There are a couple of other things that are being done, infrastructure-wise and administratively as well.
We still have a lot to do. Because we are not making it financially. We are not paying our players the right remuneration. That's why they will jump at a deal in Ethiopia, a deal in Zambia. I traveled to Bangladesh a couple of years ago, and whilst we were on the aircraft, there was this argument among the technical team that we will not find a Ghanaian in Bangladesh. There will be no Ghanaian footballer in Bangladesh. So the argument continued until we arrived in Bangladesh. Then we had our first game. Whilst we were playing, then we heard from behind, Then we turned
in Bangladesh.
And after the game, 6 Ghanaians walked to us. They were in Bangladesh to play football. And the harrowing experiences they were going through. The other day, I read something in the papers that a Ghanaian player said he would prefer playing in Iraq. It is because we are still paying players, and you ask yourself, the one who is paying the player, so how is this player surviving in the first place? Here you are, because of lack of infrastructure, we put these players in the sun, 3 o'clock, in the hot sun,
to train and to play.
We play our league matches 3 o'clock.
3 p.m. Yes.
Because where there are floodlights, you have to buy diesel to power the gensets. So if you don't have money, so if you don't have the money to buy fuel for the genset, you have to play at 3 o'clock. We drain these players. Not to talk about the turf on which they play. Go and see their training pitches. It's nothing to write to them about. So until we want to remain in our small corner, do things in our small corner, that is one of the banes of our local football. So everybody, and there is this thinking that, oh, the last time I heard Kotoko sold a player for $300,000. There's so much money in football. Then I quickly put together something. I want to form a team. I want to buy a Division 1 team and qualify for the Premier. The club licensing regime, I've done a lot to Ghana football, but like Oliver Twist, I want to say that we still have a lot more to do, because you still go to some venues and you ask whether this venue really passed through the club licensing regime. They've been very rigid of late, but it has taken us too much of a time to get there. The players are our most valuable assets, and they need to be taken care of. I'm happy a couple of years back, the challenge was who owns the best bus. At least clubs were then now acquiring buses to make life comfortable for players. We moved away from there. Now let's look at the turf. Now let's look at what to do to make the game attractive. Excuse me to say, you go to some of the league centers and there are no public washrooms. Excuse me to use that language. So I have a daughter who loves football, maybe 14, 15 years. I take her to the stadium. She wants to
use the washroom. And no washroom.
There's no washroom. The next time I ask her to accompany me to the stadium, she will not go.
Let me come to you, Sam. You hear some of these stories, and how does that make you feel? Because you left the shores of Ghana some years ago, and I'm sure by your expectation we should have moved 1 or 2, 3 notches higher than what we have here. Moved above some of these problems that Mr. Fianu is talking about.
That is why I was saying that we have a lot of big companies in Ghana. We have a lot of rich men in Ghana. If anybody is saying that Ghana we don't have money, the person is lying. We have money, but how you sell your brand is most important thing now. If we are selling like what Daddy is saying, if we are selling the league very well, I don't think you go to MTN, this is what we want to do, please come on board, and they refuse. They will never refuse, because they also have to sell the name of MTN. So that is why I'm saying that you need to do certain things. You need to make the league itself joyful for everyone, that even if you are not in the country, you rush home to come and watch the game. But if you don't have certain players in the league, my brother, I'm sorry, no one will come and put the money, because he will not get nothing back. Look what Daddy is saying. Sometimes you go to some of the venues, they don't have even washrooms. Who will come and watch the game? No one will go to the stadium. Imagine you have stadium, you have restaurant, you have certain things that everybody loves to go there. Look what Qatar is doing. Every country want to go now, because they have bring certain things aside football for you to go and watch it. Stadium have air conditioning, is closed. Everybody want to go there. So that's why I'm also begging the leaders that they are in charge of this. This is something that we have to do. The teams also. It's not only about the leaders. The teams itself, they have to do things that it will attract people to come on board.
We're still here on the Joy Sports Link. Just about 10 minutes to wrap it up here. And let me just remind you that March is fast approaching, as we have said. And remember, in March, there are major things to do in sport. Of course, the Ghana Premier League is resuming its second round this weekend. And of course, yeah, of course. But most of the games will be played this weekend. Now, do remember that another Ghana month is also beckoning, and your superstation Joy 99.7 FM presents another groundbreaking edition of Showbiz A to Z live from the Ashanti region. Now get ready, as Showbiz A to Z, your favorite entertainment talk show, takes you on a journey of discovery in the Ashanti region. So come feel the rich culture, tradition, the people of Asanteman like never before, and explore all the magnificent tourist destinations in the beautiful golden city of Kumasi. Yes, this month, Joy FM celebrates Ghana Month, and Ashanti region is the place to be with the Showbiz A to Z crew. So it's going to be an expose with the Showbiz A to Z crew as we experience traditional prayers through libation, drumming, dancing, and other cultural performances amid showcasing the rich Ashanti Kente and other exciting, informative activities. So join the conversation with our prominent guests as they unravel the mysteries and untold stories of the Ashanti Kingdom, and we discuss the evolution of the Ashanti Kingdom as well as their contribution to tourism and the creative space at large. The date is March 5, next week, Saturday, and the venue is the Center for National Culture in Kumasi, and the show is Showbiz A to Z on Joy FM. Showbiz A to Z is powered by Joy Entertainment. We're large and in charge, and supported by Adansi Travel and Micklin Hotel in Kumasi. All right, so 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. Get through to us, and let's have your thoughts as well as we get towards the finish line. Now, this particular President's Cup game, with its format now, is an attractive one. Now, as you've said, we're looking forward to a future where we can expand the competition so that others can take part in it. Now, tell us about the day and what we would be expecting on the day in terms of the experience for the fans.
Yeah, the day will be a very exciting one. Friday night.
Where would there be the sale of advance tickets or?
Yes, we are planning to sell advance tickets. The rate being 20 cedis for the popular stand, 50 cedis for the Osu stand, 70 cedis for lower VIP, and the upper VIP going for 100 Ghana cedis. There will be a lot of excitement. We are arranging to bring some of the exciting musicians there, and the day will be a long one. So many things are being brought on board. In the course of the week, we're praying very hard that the trophy will arrive by Wednesday. Then we can do the presentation to the president for him to have a look at it. And then, as organizers, whatever we'll do in conjunction with the Ghana Football Association, we'll be appointing the referees. The referees manager will be in charge of the appointment, and they promise that they are going to give us the best squad.
Okay.
The best squad. And then they will be providing the match balls. We are expecting the Navy band to be around. It's in the evening, so their white apparel will be
super.
Super, yeah. So
I'm looking forward to that.
So many.
So this is Ghana's version of the Super Bowl event.
Yes.
You know, this is Ghana's version of the Super Bowl event.
The old man, His Excellency the President, will do the ceremonial kickoff.
Okay.
Stay on until the end of the game to present the trophy.
Great.
To the lucky winner, and the medals to those who.
Okay, game on. Let's see how it goes. Let's speak to our first caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I think listening to the gentleman there, is it Mr. Fiano?
Yes.
Seriously speaking, I'm just begging my own government that they should listen to him and make him integral part of our long-term strategy to getting Ghana back. The days were kids. The days that leagues,
in Ghana, you cannot even avoid, even in the villages, they will rush from the farm, come home, tune into their radio and be listening to it. I think sometimes the problem with that as a country is our inability to manage the configuration between key resources and core competencies. As much as we want to scout for players, when we are having issues in some specified areas such as sports, we should be able to also scout for people with diverse opinion and listen to them. It's their field. Seriously, if you put me there, I can't do what he's talking about. So I think Ghana government today should realize the fact that our human resource in the area of sports, we have been in a situation where it has depleted over the years. We have not put in place strategic measures. In a lot of regions or districts in Ghana here, there are not even parks for kids to be trained and train well. But you see, this man has very rich ideas. I mean, the sports minister, the sports council should bring such people together, think together, plan and get a workable framework for us to follow and say that by 5 years' time, Ghana will go back to the glory days. I think it's extremely important.
Well,
I beg you.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much. 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. And the caller is amplifying the call for investment, strategic investment in the sport of football.
We did it so much. You see, the joy and the excitement football brings to this country cannot be quantified in monetary terms. If there is a serious match, nobody thinks about E-Levy or Q-Levy or whatever it is. It brings the country together. And it showed last Sunday, the Sunday House of Folk and Kodogo played. All the big guys in industry and government, either in House of Folk shirt or in Kotoko shirt. If we do it and do it very well, Ghana football will rise again. And when the time comes for me to sign off, I went on my way. I heard about juju and those things in football.
Sure, we'll come.
Experience.
Hold on that thought. Would get this call, and then after that, we'll come to you for that submission. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. My name is Tang. I'm calling from Kaswa.
Very well.
Yeah. So it's Galka that organized the presidential cup, right?
Yes, definitely.
So why always Kotoko and Haas?
Okay, so it has been explained here already.
They are trying to dilute these games for us. Look, just take the derbies around the world. Barca and Madrid, all those go to El Ali, Zamalek. They don't play these kind of games like often. We have to, the hunger should be there for us before they just met last week, and then next week they are playing again. Look, if we keep doing this, we will dilute the game. The interest will be gone. The anxiety and then all those things, the euphoria, those things. We are just trying to.
Sure, but you do also agree. You do also agree that this kind of scenario hardly happens like that, where you have Kotoko and Hearts play once for twice in a fortnight. This is a rare situation. Anyway, thank you for the call. Yeah, you were making a point about.
All these things will be brought into consideration as we move along, and juju and stuff in football. I've been a welfare officer from Starless. There was a time we went somewhere for prayers, and after the prayers, whilst we were praying, the spiritualist came to me, but because I was then in shorts, number 23, came to me and told me that I should play very hard because there was a contract beckoning for me. Meanwhile, I was the welfare officer. So it's an interesting topic we need to devote time to.
Yeah.
So we need to look at it and see. We have our beliefs. We should be talking technical. Sure. Our coaches should be talking technical. Our players should be talking technical. You ask Klopp or those coaches out there how the game went, straight to the point. Yes, I played 4-4-2-3. I realized that they were doing this. I changed the game, blah, 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 blah. But in our case, I thank God for his mercies. We are not saying that we shouldn't thank God. is very important. You are being asked technical
Questions.
how your game went, why you lost the game, why you won the game. So Nat, we'll find time and sit down again. We are taking every concern being raised by our football fans because when they are not there, we are not there.
Sure.
And we'll look at how to shape this present.
This and other competitions.
Yeah, in future, so that we, as you said, we don't dilute
Very well.
excitement
Very
around
well.
the two big guys.
Very well. Mr. Fianu, we thank you very much. We're grateful to you for the time. And as you said, we're going to make much more time to talk about this and other subjects. Thanks to all of you for listening to the Joy Sports Link. Thanks to the whole Joy Sports team. Coming up next is the Joy Headline News at 2 with Pastor Daryl Kwao. After which, we will have Showbiz A to Z with the man George Quay and the rest of the team. Apologies to all of you whose text messages were not read. Apologies to you. We very much appreciate them. The time was not our best friend, but would handle that sometime next week when we come back. So the Joy Headline News at 2 comes up next. My name is Nathaniel Atto, and I have love for sport.
Thanks, Nat. And coming up, security analyst Professor Kwesianin questions Ghana's intelligence analysis before the unprecedented attack by Russia on Ukraine, blaming the country's failure to evacuate nationals early enough on poor assessment of the situation on the ground. Meanwhile, government says